interlocking circles with moons and stars. This must be the seal mentioned in that journal. This goes very far down. We'll have to go in to see the bottom.
Careful, Lae'zel. It's dark around here. Would be a terrible shame to lose you forever.
Yes. Do keep your wits, Shadowheart. Should a dagger suddenly slice your neck, we may never know who's to blame.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
More effort than a pit of spikes. Credit where it's due.
Oh, for a skeleton key.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
noise. What was that?
They're coming. They're coming.
Careful. If we can hear it, perhaps it can hear us.
They are coming. You are coming.
You carry a Githyanki relic. I will have an explanation. Or your head.
Walk away. Now. I won't warn you again.
Remove yourself if you are so easily offended. This is not your concern.
Nonsense. You're just finally showing us what you really are. A reaver to the bone.
Spare your indignity. Every word that spills from your mouth is worth less than the last. Incorrect. Judicious bloodletting settles feuds and roots out the weak, the deceitful.
Do you hear this, tribe? Our lives are at stake, and she wants us to turn on each other.
No others. Just you and me.
Lizelle thinks I have something important to her people. She's deluded, clear.
Lies. She carries an heirloom of my people. I must know why. The bad blood must be purged. A jewel, come first light.
You mean I'd get to prove you wrong and thrash you? I love it. Get some rest, Lizelle. You'll need it. You had every chance to look the other way. But here we are. You chose this.
Spare me the justifications, coward.
If anyone asks, I'll say you were transforming. Don't expect to be mourned. She's a liability. It's the artifact we need, not her.
Let me up, and I'll show you. Surrender? A disgusting notion.
You had better warm to that notion very rapidly, or your journey ends here. We needn't be enemies. There's plenty of those to go around already.
What would you have? That we be friends?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But imagine what we might achieve if we channeled some of that hostility back at our real foes, instead of each other. They wouldn't stand a chance. I don't think there'll be any more trouble between Lizelle and I, if you were wondering. We can all sleep easier now. Well, apart from all the rest. You have an interesting definition of friendly, but yes.
It is over where I am concerned. It is through conflict that we strengthen our bonds. Yet I do not recommend Shadowheart seek it again. The next resolution may not end in her favor.
Slender drow blade impales the stone before you, keeping a silent vigil. This blade was a warrior's sacrifice to Elis Stray. Blood can only be honored with blood. The drow script inscribed on the blade flickers and glows. It rises from the stone, hanging in the air in silent offering.
What are you hiding?
Nothing. I assume your kin are just as misguided as you are.
Despite everything.
You are swallowed by a chorus of turbulent music. Through one creature sing many voices, the harmony of an entire collective.
Sovereign, he has come. He is here.
The choir fades. A single melody rises above the others, brassy and commanding.
I am sovereign.
You see a vision. Your lifeless body wrapped in fungal tendrils. The Sovereign is threatening you.
State your purpose.
Fungal roots weave through your mind, seeking your true intent. Then the Sovereign drones a new melody, cautious but welcoming.
Descend to me. Let us speak in flesh.
The persistent music coaxes you forward. The Sovereign expects you.
What could they accomplish?
Ah, a visitor. You're a welcome sight. But let us observe the customs of the locals.
The scholar's brow tenses. His voice spills into your skull, the spores connecting mind to mind.
Blurg, proud member of the Society of Brilliance, at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than that of the fungi. Understandable. We are small in number and rarely stay in one place for long. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place. It's curious to find a surface dweller here. What has brought you down so deep? truly remarkable. But why come to the Underdark, where they hold so much power? You were infected by an illithid tadpole? It's a miracle you're still intact. You must be worried sick, but have no fear. I have a friend who may be able to assist. Omelium!
I hope this is important, Blurg. My Zerkwood samples need constant attention.
It is. This adventurer has an illithid tadpole inside his head, but he hasn't turned.
No ceremorphosis. That's impossible, but intriguing. Are you looking to have it extracted? I have broken free from the Elder Brain's yoke. I no longer serve the grand design. I ask that you refrain from violence, while I respect that your opinion of my kind may not change. A collective quest to eliminate the Gith and enslave all other humanoids. If that settles matters for the time being, would you like a diagnosis? Open your mind to me. Let us see what lurks within.
As the Meloon's mind pierces yours, the tadpole pulses with power. It feels 10 times its size. Alive, awake, almost smug.
This is most unusual. The incubation period should be complete, as should your transformation. But the larva is infused with strange magic. It appears to be in some form of stasis. I can only theorize, but I suspect your transformation would be both agonizing and instantaneous.
I thought it was always agonizing, Omelium.
Well, yes, but that wasn't my point. No, it appears to be shielded from physical and magical influence. And even without the shield, the extraction would involve severe cranial trauma. I intend no disrespect, but one can only heal so much of their own brain tissue. But not to worry. Should you transform, I will happily perform a new examination. A Nautiloid? Fascinating. I have never set foot on one myself. They were our warships during the greatest eras of the Illithid Empire. We ruled the entire astral plane from their decks. The design was lost when the Gith rebelled and ended our dominion. Of course, I am sorry I cannot assist you in its removal. But I have an idea.
Oh, perhaps I should start taking notes.
There may be a way to bypass that stasis. There are many alchemical substances that can influence the mind. A tincture distilled from a collection of rare mushrooms. They have subtle psionic influence. I would require a fresh ton of madness and Timusk spores. But be warned, in their natural state, both of these mushrooms can be quite dangerous. Timusks cause confusion in those that approach them, The tongue is self-explanatory.
The Underdark, of course, although they are quite rare, and their discovery perilous. I imagine Lenore would have them in her possession. She served Mistra as a cleric. She is quite fond of her garden. Lenore has always been a lonely sort. Nature was her only companion. I offered her the chance to join the society, but she refused. Her experiments on Susa bark took priority.
My formula will hamper the more harmful effects once the mushrooms are brewed into a potion. Your sanity, however much you possess, should remain intact. May your travels be safe and swift. I have never seen anything like it, Blur. Is my species evolving? I greet you, child of the sun. How has... I was born with a propensity for arcane magic my people despise. It gave me the strength to resist the Elder Brain. Every waking hour I pushed back against its dire hold. My wizardry empowered me. The moment its control shattered, I fled. Before the colony discovered I had defected. In the beginning, I had an arrangement with a lich. Excellent company, despite what one would expect. I required brains, he required souls. A perfect symbiosis. But our ambitions eventually splintered. I wished to better the world, and he preferred its rot. So I left his company, and thus I now feed from those who act against the society's goals. Perhaps the peoples of the Underdark will be less inclined to violence if they comprehend the cost, yes?
Welcome back. Have you made any new discoveries? Yes, but it has abundant natural resources. Spores, water orbs, Trillimac. I've studied them for years.
There is rare magic in the Underdark too. Fairsres. It radiates from the earth, warping, teleportation, and divination magic.
This is not a wasteland. It is a glorious ecosystem. Every civilization here could thrive without conflict. The feeling is mutual, friend. I have only passing familiarity with the surface races. But I found that there is as much to learn from an individual as there is from a community. So it is with the Myconids. They live in harmonious unity, but each has a unique personality. I do enjoy a good bargain, if anything in my private collection is to your liking.
Seems the shrooms are letting in more people every day. You see a fella on his own on your way in. Dwarf. Balin's his name. Bald, blue tunic, dumb as a stick. Right. Never mind. My useless husband. Sent him for an errand. It's no surprise he's made a mess of it. knock yourself out. But don't come begging for coin if you find him. You try to ransom him to me, you'll find yourself skint and stuck with a fat old lout.
Fleshwalker, tongue talker. Far you've come. Reach into memory. Tell me of home.
The creature cringes, overwhelmed by the throngs. It reveals its own home in reply, a humid cove filled with decaying myconid corpses.
Dwegar destroyed my people. I am a sovereign with no circle. I do not belong here. I am not welcomed here. I grow among them, yet I...
What is the creature doing to those corpses?
Don't.
Her condition is familiar. Poison, derived from a wild weed common to the Underdark. She'll need an antidote soon, most likely held by the poisoner.
Dwegar slashed me. Myconids. Took pity on me. Sound lads, especially since the Greys gave him hell for it. Paragons of hospitality, these Myconids. The druids in the grove could have learned a thing or two.
Like dwarves, Dwegar have innate resistance to poison, and thus no need for intricate brews. Though deadly if left untreated, the poison can be cured by the antidote or natural remedies.
Gods! Whatever that is, I needed it. Why are you helping me? No arguments there. Felt like a hook horror was sorting through my guts. But... that cure did the trick. Quick, sharp too. I thank you for your help, but I gotta get moving. Oh, it hurts. Girls' garters. Oh, I don't have time for this. My kin need me. Seems you're the helping kind. All right. I need you to rescue my kin. Not charity, mind. We can pay. We're Iron Hand Clan. Best artificers in Baldur's Gate. We were on an expedition down here when the Dwegar snatched us up. I got away, but not the others. The Greys have them digging out some old ruin across the lake. Some dusty temple. It doesn't matter. They'll work my clan to death before they ever get near it. Just mining for materials. Nothing unusual.
The briefest hesitation, but enough. She's lying.
But our work pays well. Help my clan and we'll make it worth your while, I swear. Fine. It's complicated, but my clan has trouble back in the city. A blood feud. We were searching for something to turn the tide. That's all I can say. But it's worth a lot to us. Understand? Look, you've done me a good turn and you deserve the truth. But that's as much of it as I can tell, I swear it. If you need to go your own way, I respect that, but still, I'm asking. Thank you. Only wish I could go with you. But here... I nabbed these boots from the Greys when I ran. I'll feel better knowing you're using them to kick some Dweger ass. I'll mark where I made my escape, and wait here, I suppose. Not much choice, eh?
The Sovereign's thick fingers stroke the corpse at its feet. A droning melody greets you as the creature turns its gaze to you.
Flesh talker, I show you a memory. Watch and listen.
A violent vision grips you. Dweger, dark dwarves chopping myconid remains.
They broke our peace. They killed our young.
The Sovereign's song slows to the pace of a dirge. It is still in mourning.
We laid waste to many, but intruders remain. Lakewood.
The Sovereign's song halts as it measures your worth.
I sense your resolve. You will find Dweger invaders near Lake's Edge. Cleanse the rot. Destroy them.
Dweger invaders? We can manage that. Better than picking this fight, surely.
Deep purples swirl into familiar shapes. Gnomes in mining gear, chased by Dweger.
The Dweger seek a gnome. It is a guest.
The Sovereign says nothing, but you hear appreciation in its song.
We breathe life into our enemy's flesh. The dead make a fine host for my growing children.
If I die down here, destroy my corpse.
You may not. The spores hear only the circle. They dance to no other harmony.
The Sovereign gifts you one more vision. A wall of vines parting to reveal glowing light.
Riches of magic and mind. Cleanse the rot, and they are yours. You do the circle a service. We will await word. So, Prancer, Sovereign Spore has sung your fate. You will cleanse the Dwergar rot. I will join you. I am the danger, and I am the cure. They erased my people. I will erase theirs. In death, your foe becomes your ally. I will raise it. You may command it. Remain in the Underdark, and I will follow. We cleanse the rot together.
Looking at something. The only benefit to a mirror when you have my condition, it doesn't quite make up for the lack of a reflection, mind you. Preening in the looking glass. Petty vanity. Of course I miss it. I've never even seen this face. Not since it grew fangs and my eyes turned red. I don't know. I can't remember. My face is just some dark shape in my past. Another thing I've lost. What? I want to know what the world sees when it looks at me. What you see. Excuse me, I'm an eternally young vampire, not your doting grandmother. You can do better. What else? This is meant to be flattery, not poetry. Just tell me I'm beautiful and we can call it a day. How dare you? I thought we had something special. Still, you're nice too. I better get some beauty sleep. It seems I need it if I'm to catch up with the competition. Yes, darling. Oh, darling, it sounds...
The cub holds out his leg, revealing a ragged wound. The wound is superficial, the edge is torn and jagged. Probably a gnoll's crude blade. As the wound closes, the cub begins testing his weight on the leg.
The little beast's quite charming once you get accustomed to the smell of rotting flesh.
into the hall, you see only darkness. It's impossible to tell how deep it goes by sight alone. Your call echoes as it plunges downward, before gradually fading away.
A secretary. These things drain away one's magic. Shouldn't linger here.
Stop! Stop! People bang! These mushrooms! Toxic! Scroll! Escape! My bag, please! I've dropped it! Somewhere! Yes! That's... Yes! Ah! Oh, I'm fine. I just have to... And then... Here! God, I can finally breathe. Ah, right, what were you saying? I was looking for Dereth. She'll be worried sick. I must need to go. For you. Your trouble. Ta.
The mushroom?
I knew I was for my friend. Bibberbang. Curious. Beautiful. But dangerous. Next time. More careful next time. For certain. Thank you for your help. Hey? Oh, you may be right. And worse. Yes. Worse by the day. Should have waited for Dereth. Anyway, what were you saying? The shop. The shop needs all we find. Bone cloaks. Baldur's Gate. Anything from... anything sourced here. Very high rate of profit. Noble stock. Yes, Derek needs noble stock. Mushroom. Good stuff. And the ledge. Yes, I was on a ledge. Crumbled to bits. And I tumbled down. Mushroom. Powerful. Dirith wants it for a brew. She's very good, my Dirith. Very good at a brew. My words get away from me. You'll have to ask Dirith. She knows the ins and outs.
Look at that. Got my useless old man back. I suppose that's your doing. His hands are empty as a whole. We'll have to send him back out soon enough. Please, Balin's got a job to do. We can leave when he's done it. Love? Never heard of it. Balin's meek now, but he used to be a rotten old bastard. Treated me like an old shoe for 70 years. Losing his mind was the only good he ever did by me. Collecting noble stock. Valuable mushroom. We've a shop in Boulder's Gate. The locals go mad for it. Nearly nothing it can't cure. Blindness, poison, hair loss. Probably. But Balin in his right mind wasn't worth half of noble stock. I know him better than anyone. Got the scars to prove it. Worthless.
What? Dick? Got someone sneaking up?
You got a bloody rot flower for company? Must have let it get in your head. My axe will fix that in no time.
Silence. I am life.
Hope your soul is in good hands.
Feel my mistress's wrath.
I am pain. Tear through the body. I am death.
Say bye-bye.
Will stand in my way. Blood follows me everywhere. Blood comes easy these days.
Infinium here!
must speak.
Greets you with a harrowing elegy, cheerless as the new moon. The music shifts, still melancholic, but now streaked with hope.
Do you hear? A new harmony. Serenity. I name you Peace Bringer.
Fragrant spores waft through the air. Your heart swells with bliss with your every breath.
Freely you have given to us. Freely you may take. The Guardian Gate is open. Go and claim your reward. But before this, I have another boon to ask of you. You have cut out the Dwergar blight, but not its source.
In your mind's eye, Spore shows you a drow, striding among Myconid dead.
Near. This one is called. He hunted us. Hunt him in turn. Bring me his head, and I will know my circle is safe.
This near sounds like bad news. Guess we could lend a hand, right?
The drow lurks in the ruins beyond the lake. Bring him death, and return.
Best friends. It's nice to have company while you're gone all day.
Goblins had me in a cage, poked me with pointy sticks.
Hush now, it was just a nightmare. We're safe here, with Master. He'll settle in. Give it a little time. I suppose I did. You've been good to us. To both of us. Gonwick would be happy I'm with you, I think.
Like it here. Warm fire. Scratch reminds me of Big Brother.
Thank you.
The cover proudly announces this book to be Flumph Mating Rituals. Underdark fauna is a topic much written on, but this title has never appeared in any collection you've seen. The scrutiny proves too much. The lurid text melts away before your eyes. An illusion. What remains are simple instructions written in a spare hand. The secret to forging adamantine.
Adamantine forge. Curious.
Next time.
What in the... All my energy's draining.
Something's guarding that forge, and it's weak to this hot hammer.
What's that?
Under your feet juts upwards, forming a perfectly engraved tombstone with a small epitaph. In memory of Myrna, a shining light in this dark world, may you forever gaze upon the lake you loved to play in. As you dig, you slowly expose the skeletal remains of a large dog wearing a chunky leather collar.
Strange collar. It's got runes all over it. I wonder what they say.
The ground in front of this tombstone has been dug up, exposing the scattered skeleton of a large dog.
steps at a time.
Count on me.
Dust on my tongue. I offer to parley, and he brings a spectator. Twit. Quite ruined my ambush. Now, you are? A rival, a mere footnote to my legend. You should be more concerned with who I am. I am Dawn, third son of House Bartol, first rank evoker, and initiate of Graven Hollows. Oh. Oh, no, no, my dear dark gods below, no! A memory shard. They hold their glow for years. And it's fading. It contains knowledge that is precious to me. If it has grown this dull, then my enemies have already found the forge. Which bastard stole my glory? Zargrim? Philro? Consider it mercy, or pest control. Philro was never fully right. We were friends once, 3 of us working together to find a lost wonder, until the others grew jealous, began to guard their secrets. Well now, it seems his rather unique mind made itself useful. Clever of you to see through his cipher. A little too clever. I'd rather not lose one rival only to have another sprout in its place. So try to take this as a compliment. Yes?
The hammer's gonna fall.
wizard's tower is his sanctum. Private place for research and respite. But as this wizard's not home, I say we take a peek.
What's that? I'm way too big.
Wait. Why did that strange dog collar just vibrate?
The disc is formed from slate and engraved with Githyanki writing. You examine them closely, but can't make much sense of them. Without a cipher or primer to aid you, the disc's message could be near impossible to discern. In your mind's eye, the symbols trade places with each other until a clear pattern forms. And from that pattern, a story emerges. The Prince of the Comet, Part 1. So it was that we were free from Gake shackles and turned our blades on each other. The heavens were shattered, and one great empire was divided in two. Gith traveled to the Hells to broker help for her people, her cause. Vlaakith would have you believe Mother Gith proclaimed her our queen. Lies. Gith made no such proclamation. Vlaakith seized the empire against the mother's wishes. But Gith had nurtured a son, Orpheus, Prince of the Comet, the true heir. He knew Vlaakith's treachery. Orpheus rallied Gith's honor guard and declared the throne for himself. The War of the Comet had begun. It's an intriguing tale, and a forbidden one, given how expertly it was encoded. Lae'zel will surely want to know of this.
Strange disc. Are these Gith-Yankee markings? Lae'zel might know.
The disc appears in your mind's eye. Lae'zel sees it too, and considers the vision.
Tirsu markings. Ancient. I recognize them, but I can't make sense. No. Wait. The texts are enciphered, but I've solved the pattern. It's a story. About Orpheus.
Your head buzzes in concert with Lae'zel's, but it hardly matters. Even without the connection, you'd recognize her discomfort.
A traitor. A dead one. This text is heresy. I can hardly bear to read it, let alone speak it. Very well. I will read it to you. The Prince of the Comet, Part 1. So it was that we were free from Geich shackles and turned our blades on each other. The heavens were shattered, and one great empire was divided in two. Gith traveled to the Hells to broker help for her people, her cause. Vlaakith would have you believe Mother Gith proclaimed her our queen. Lies. Gith made no such proclamation. Vlaakith seized the Empire against the Mother's wishes. But Gith had nurtured a son, Orpheus, Prince of the Comet, the true heir. He knew Vlaakith's treachery. Orpheus rallied Gith's honor guard and declared the throne for himself. The War of the Comet had begun. Disregard this drivel. Gith declared Vlaakith Queen of the Empire, and her own son defied her. Orpheus would have ceded control to the Geich. She did nothing of the sort. Thank your good fortunes I'm a tolerant woman, or I'd have sliced off a few toes for suggesting it.
Ah, clever. Food is dispensed for anyone wearing this collar.
Only one serving for me, I guess.
New sounds to dampen dark oppression break. Is it the foe? That foul, contemptuous heel?
You know these words. They are from the opening stanza of a play you found in this very tower.
Come out of love for me, not love for blood and steel. Command as if you will, my lord, my liege.
Don't get me wrong. I love poetry as much as the next wizard, but using it to command an automaton seems a bit self-indulgent to me.
I'm in its way. It tramples everything. Go kill the rest, so that the one can fly.
My ringleader must have been linked to that button.
I greet you, child of the sun. How has your search? These are fine specimens. It will only take me a moment to brew them to proper potency.
Omeluum turns away to prepare the potion, lost in its own musings.
You must drink the entire draught. I can make no promises as to its taste. It will lower the psionic defenses around the lava. If I cannot remove it, I may still be able to tell you more about its origin.
The potion is disgusting beyond description. The only mercy is that it goes down quickly.
Not a drop left. Very good. As the potion influences your mind, you may find yourself acting irrationally. Try and stay focused.
The world loses its edges, its finer boundaries. You are fluid, but trapped like a creature suspended in amber. Sparks and colors dance around Omeluum, but you stay steady and staring ahead. The tadpole spasms, seizes. It's fighting the potion even harder than you are. Fear pierces your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs deeper, as if it means to hollow out your skull. The cold blades lose their edge. You are stalwart, turning that tide of fear against itself. The parasite swells with power, more power than you have ever felt before. It surges and twists, lashing out against that which would dare to intrude. The parasite in your mind quiets, pleased with itself.
Omeluum, are you well? That lava is like nothing I have ever observed before. Its power is unsettling. You have my deepest apologies. The lava did not care for my intentions. Such crude destruction may not waylay a lava like this, but there is another possibility. I possess a ring of mind shielding. It prevents Elder Brains from noticing my presence. It will not remove the lava, but it will limit its influence, both positive and negative. I would offer it as a gift, but in truth, the ring is priceless. Is there anything you could offer me in turn?
We shouldn't cause trouble, Omeluum. There are enough threats down here in the Underdark.
Very well. I abhor violence, and would rather prevent it where possible. Here, it is yours. May it serve you, as well as it has served me.
That could mean any number of things.
Of course, the lava remains. Be ever vigilant of its growth.
How is your more personal research progressing?
Not well.